What's up, bubs? Welcome back to the channel. It's Saturday afternoon. It's very loud. I'm lurking in the shadows next to a tree across the street from Taco John's. All right, let's do this. Let's do this, bubs. We've got some cyclists out giving us a thumbs up. They're friendly over here. Here's another one. Look at this. Wow. What's up, buddy? We're going straight to Minnesota today, boys. I'm running on an iced coffee, and that's about it. That's about it so far. That's all I got was the iced coffee. I didn't feel like any of that other stuff. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make this green light, bubs. I don't think so. Probably not. Go through here. Probably could have. We're going straight over there today, straight to Minnesota. No dicking around here. So I've got 24 amp hours on this battery, and then we've got another 8 amp hours, and then another 14 amp hours. So what is that, like 40 maybe? 40-ish, approximately. We're going straight over there. We gotta watch out for the bugs down here. So I woke up and I thought, today I'm gonna make another video for Susan, and we'll see what she thinks about it. Make another video today, a big long one for her. See how she feels about that. Ooh, ooh. Oh, look at it. There's some fancy boats out there. I don't see the homeless person right now. The homeless bed right here was occupied last night by a single occupant. Here's where Talaria's stuntman crashed into the wall, right here. We should put a memorial for him up here. Talaria stuntman, we'll have to do that sometime. We gave the cyclist there the right of way, and we got the little wave from him. Not all pedal boys are grumpy, salty. Look at all the traffic bugs. Wow. Down by the river. What a day out. I'm sure glad that we're making a video for Susan, and you bubs are along for the ride. Somebody was telling me that we can't be mean to Susan because she's dead now. But I don't think that's how it works, guys. I don't think that's how it works. Just because somebody died doesn't absolve them of their crimes that they perpetrated in their lifetime. Just because they die, that doesn't mean that they're off the hook. Bubs, I'm not taking that argument. There's my rebuttal to that argument. I'm gonna make sure that everybody remembers what Susan did forevermore. And she's never gonna be forgiven. We're going this way. We're not going to Afton with the salty roady dickhead. We're going this way. There's some construction here. What do we got going here today? Okay. We're taking the little e-bike shortcut here up the hill. And we are headed towards Bayport right now. That's where we're going next. I was watching a robin pull worms out of the ground the other day. Those little guys are crazy. This robin the other day, after it rained, he was pulling worms out of the ground like spaghetti, just like one after the other. It was crazy. And I was thinking about it and I was wondering, how do the robins know where the worms are? Under the dirt. And I guess they can either like see them somehow, like the ground moving, or they can like hear them. I don't know. They have like worm laser vision. We'll have to see how the GoPro does today. It doesn't feel too hot yet. And the GoPro's not in the sun. Going towards Bayport, look at that little pontoon right there. I guess it's not that little. It's a pretty normal sized pontoon. There's a guy lurking in the ditch with he's mowing. I thought there was just some dude walking in the ditch. I was riding my bike the other day. My blender bottle fell out of this thing and I didn't even realize it. I gotta go back and try and find it. It is really windy out here. What are you bubs doing? Tell me in the comments. In the comments, tell me an e-bike story about your last e-bike ride. So, we should be good. Extra flat out. My tires are fully inflated and we're just cruising along. So we're gonna go to Bayport really soon here. Whoa. And then we're gonna go to Stillwater. The Bayport Marina right over there. Walking down here or possibly on a bike way down here. Maybe a couple bikes down here. Is what it appears to be. Cyclists. We're quickly catching up to them. We're going 33 according to the speed limit sign. It's really windy out today. It feels like I'm going a little slowish. Where's am I going here? Can't even tell if I'm going 30. My rear brakes certainly make a lot of noise, like all the time. Dystopian, what is that? Anderson windows or Excel Energy or something like that. Whoa! Man, it smells terrible down here. I bet if you lived down here, you would get cancer so fast, bubs. There's all these birds soaring around up there. Wow. Quite the spectacle. So we're by the correctional facility where all the prisoners go. Oh. And I can see the St. Croix River crossing. I see a one-wheeler over here. This is where I usually take inventory. Where's the one-wheeler going? He's going... Looks like he's going to the Oak Park Heights trail system over there on the way to Valley View. Let's see, how are we doing here? Motor's at 90. Jeepers. Creepers, bud. Think we'll go see Stillwater. Downtown Stillwater, perhaps? Well, we're not going to Valley View. We are gonna go to Stillwater right now. On the sidewalk. I think I ran over some goose shit. It smells. It's either that or the Anderson windows again. Where the Stillwater e-bike Autobahn begins. Oh. I wonder if the pedal boys have to ride down here, don't they? They can't go out there. Maybe they do. These crazy bastards. I like how there's a nice guardrail here to catch you. I don't have a bell on me. It looked like there were some trail guidelines on the post back there, but I didn't look at them. There's the Avalon. It's a Stillwater River boat. And the Jubilee too. Smells like dead fish. That was the biggest taco truck I've ever seen. We're in Minnesota now, aren't we?
Go to it.
I've never gone across this thing on my bike. It looks like quite the bridge. We've got the Suron boys out. There's a lot of people relaxing. Also a lot of people on bikes. A lot of motorcycles. hanging out here. What is this place? Some kind of a restaurant here. PD Pappy's. I haven't even heard of that. Here's the e-bike Autobahn. Guy's got to air up his tires a little bit. Alright guys, now we're cruising. Now we're in Minnesota. Welcome to Minnesota. Cruising right along. I wonder how the motor's doing, Bubs. Can't even see the screen because it's so bright out here. The wildfire smoke isn't as prevalent today. It's not as smoky. So I was reading online, I guess they're going to do some construction on part of this trail and close it down in June. Get a lot of looks from people on this trail. Wow. I guess it's like a do not acknowledge anybody kind of trail. We're at the 1 mile marker. Pedal boy ahead. We've got an e-biker, it looks like, maybe. I saw the class 2 sticker.
Actually pretty cool.
That's how I announce myself, as I grumble and clear my throat. E-bike right there. I can see why the pedestrians and walkers probably don't like e-bikes. Oh my god. Everybody's just flying down the trails. What's going on here, screen? Don't screw up on me like that, screen recording. I hope I didn't screw that up for too long. I gotta find a stop at some point. We gotta get far enough of the pedal boys so we don't have to let them pass us. But I gotta rip the vape somewhere. Having some kind of gear problems back there? I don't know. Browns Creek, there it is. We're by the golf course. I like going on these long rides, but I don't know if Susan likes me uploading 100 gigabyte large videos that nobody watches. It's a little bit of a conundrum, dilemma. I guess that's Browns Creek. Huh. Never realized that. Now we're at the 3-mile marker. Man, my rear brake is really making some noises. Some e-bikers back there. I think she nodded at me, I nodded at her, and then the guy was looking at me weird. She might not have nodded at me, I don't know. Children ahead. On your left. It's a nice day out. We're gonna have some people out here. I'm kind of curious how far I can get on this battery alone, because last year most of the time I was on a 72 volt battery and this one is 52 volts. It's not quite as big. But I'm also on a 750 watt motor, not using as much power. These bridges, one of these bridges is what the construction is going to be about, but I don't think it's this one. This one seems okay. It's probably that sketchy wooden bridge. There's a couple of those. My backpack is so heavy today, Bubs. Holy buckets. It's got a lot of batteries in there. Man, getting some looks from the pedal boys. It's so weird when when all those pedal boys pedal past you and then they're like just right behind each other, like sniffing each other's butt cheeks, drafting each other. It's so weird. I don't know. What's this? Watch out, squirrel. Be careful, buddy. Is this like a drink station? Gatorade? That's incredible. I don't want Corona though. This little path to the right is where all the horses walk, and then they poop all over. I wonder how far the GoPro will get today. Oh, here's the part. Isn't this the part where, man, they cleared out so much stuff. Is this even the same thing that I remember? I don't know. I think it was somewhere else. You get some tense looks from the people that are walking and pedaling. And a general uneasiness in the air. I guess I do have a mountain biking helmet on. There's a tree hanging over the trail. This is the part where I usually change the GoPro batteries. Let's see what's going on up here. Any hoodlies up here today? Amp hours so far. We're just hanging out in the abandoned zone. Switch the GoPro battery. Gonna take a rip off the vape. We're getting back out there on the e-bike Autobahn. Let's go through here. No pedal boy that goes by, like you just get this ridiculous look from them. It's crazy. And it's like if you try and zoom in with the GoPro, like you can't quite see it enough. Like I can't show you guys on video. Over it back there. Oh man. I wonder, is my ass hanging out? No, not yet. I just saw a swamp to the right and a big horse shit. Wow. Get some looks back there, Jesus. Wow. Just a whole crowd of looks. Maybe the helmet is too much. If I don't have a helmet on, I just look like a scary man wearing a mask instead, so I don't know which is better. Probably the helmet. At least I look safe then. There's a swamp over there. A marsh of some sort. I need to find a McDonald's somewhere. I need an iced coffee. I had this idea where I'm gonna pressure cook a whole Ziploc bag of rice and then put it in my backpack. And I'm just gonna eat that on the trail. Just pull over on the side of the trail and eat rice out of a Ziploc bag with my bare hands. I think there's a trike down here. Wow. Is it electric trike? We've got some electric machines there. Nice. On your left. Stopped. Wow. Oh. This video is gonna be so long. Susan is never gonna allow it. Oh man, I'll have to figure something out. We're on the Gateway Trail. There's some porta potties. What are we at here? 40 something? Some kind of e-bike perhaps. We'll have to watch out for horse shits. There's a giant horse shit back there. Definitely. We're back in a marshy area. It would be really bad to hit a horse shit over there. It's very risky. You can usually see them though, they're quite large. So what do you guys think? Is Susan gonna allow this video, or what should I do with them? How should I make my videos better? Wonder if my GoPro is even still on. That's always a concern in the back of my head. There's another swamp to the left, and it looks like a farm or a golf course. I don't know. Golf course. So I think we're towards St. Paul here, perhaps. Giant horse shit. So what is that back there? There's like a fork in the trail. Oh, got some looks. I think it's the helmet. I think people just think the helmet is too much for this. But my other helmets aren't that great. BBS HD going again one of these days. There's another swamp. Wow. I think this battery is getting lower. Like, I need to check the stats at some point. We're at Hadley Avenue. There's a tunnel. There's a large sound barrier. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, man, we're in St. Paul, boys. Century Avenue up here, and it looks like it's pretty busy currently. I think maybe one of these bridges is the one that's going to be under construction. It looks like we're in Ramsey County, a sketchy county. Oh my God. All these GoPro batteries in my pockets, holy. Once we get to these parts, sometimes I wish I was on the high voltage BBS HD so I could go a little faster. There's all these shoes hanging from the tree back there. What was going on back there? I don't know how far I'm gonna go into St. Paul tonight, bubs. Because the battery's getting low. North St. Paul welcomes you. What is over here? There's a big snowman right there. I'm a little bit curious. If we just peek off the trail here, what do we have? A little bridge. Oh. This is such a wacky thing. What is this? Anderson cabinet. Some kind of parking lot in Tira. Man, I need to remember where that little thing was. Oh, here's the snowman. We've been here before, bubs. I don't know how far we're going today. This way. The McPhillip Bros. What is this thing? The snowman. There's even big lights to like light them up. We've got a bike lane here. Wow. Our famous snowman. That's kind of interesting. Mayor William Bill Sandberg Memorial Bridge. 30 years of outstanding service. Mayor to the city of North St. Paul. We gotta keep moving here before we get mugged. Down here. Man, it just smells like a refinery over there. Oh my God. Whoa. It's kind of interesting how there's sketchy looking people loitering along the trail at certain intervals right when you arrive in St. Paul. I noticed a pattern. There's a look. This thing is loud. When I went into the tunnel, it was quite loud, the motor was. Ooh. I was thinking about making some kind of a cargo bike and then just loading it up with batteries and just going for like the longest rides ever. Man, that is a funky horse shit back there. It was like a bunch of little donut hole poops all in a pile. This battery, what are we at here? 47.3 volts. I gotta fix my brake. It sounds so noisy. It's these Avid MTV brakes. The little spring that goes in between the brake pads always gets like sucked into the thing and gets all messed up, and it starts clicking, and it's quite loud. On your left. I got such a wedgie. Wow. Guy back there had a big old smile on his face. That's how you should be out here riding around on the e-bike Autobahn. Kind of curious to put in this 48 volt battery that's 14 amp hours because it's my oldest e-bike battery for my first e-bike. we take the off-road zone, we gotta watch out for horse shits. Number one rule of the off-road route, watch out for the big giant horse shits. There's some large houses over there. We're at 43.2 volts under load. And we're at 44.6. When it's not. I see the bridge that says Gateway Trail right here. When we get back to Stillwater, I'll go a different way. I'll get off of this thing. There's a recumbent thing down here. Battery's getting lower, it's not as peppy. We're gonna have to plug in a different one quite soon. Whenever I come over here, I always see that guy and he always looks grumpy. We're back at the big swamp. We're at 40.4 volts under load, bubs. Slowing down here. Still going 27 though, wow. Up a hill. We're at the point where we should probably switch to another battery. Going back towards Stillwater. We'll see how far we can get here. It was a friendly guy. Awesome. I like that guy. $37.8 volts, dropping quickly. We can still go 25 miles an hour though. I think we're almost to the point where I'm gonna get off of this trail and then go a different way maybe. Let's see. The battery feels like this is it. It's at 37 under load. We're going pretty slow. What does it say here? $22 or something? It's probably pretty low. We're back at the abandoned zone. We'll go up here. Oh! This is all the battery's got right now. I'm really pedaling here. Oh. So what do we got here? Or 23. And the battery says it's at 37.6 volts. That means we gotta switch it, bubs. Alright guys, we're going again. I've lowered the battery current to 22 because I'm on a 48 volt battery. And I think it has a 14 amp hour capacity, and it's 13 battery cell series. Right. So then the stats are reset. Motor current 62, battery current 22, okay. Alright, let's go, bubs. 53.5 volts is what it says. Ooh, my backpack wire is a little bit longer now. This is crazy. I like these little Velcro straps so that you can strap things. Although in this scenario, it doesn't appear to be working. Not quite. Maybe we can just go like this. Just stick it onto this other one. This other, just like this. Man, my wire got a little bit longer now, and it's kind of crazy down here. All right, seems like it's working. So this battery is for my first e-bike. Very old. Hello there. Good. What a day, huh? Have fun out here, man. There's a friendly guy back there. What a great day. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm in the wrong gear, bud. Wrong gear. Whoa, this battery is drooping down to 48 volts. 48.5 volts under load. It's kind of scary. I think I forgot to Strap my backpack? Yep. Probably look like a goon back there. My straps were flapping in the wind. This battery seems like it's still working. We got a stern gaze from that woman. Man, my wires are out of control now, Bubs. They're way too long. I gotta change something here. I wonder if there's any Gatorade left in the bucket. Is this the part where we're going a different way? Not quite. We're at the gas house. I think it's a Bavarian restaurant. We're just gonna stop right here for a second. Let's see here. We need to change something about this a little bit. So, let's see. I don't like how this is going all wild and out like that. Go like this. Go up here. And we'll take this guy. Well, actually, that seems good for now, Bubs. All right. Okay. Seems better. When you've got backpack straps of varying lengths, it's good to have something like that. Hopefully it can stay. There's just a bird soaring up there. A bird of prey. Got some looks back there. Oh. This wire is still wilding out, buddy. It's like in my way here. I think people see my wire hanging out of my backpack. was a perpetual motion machine back there. There's a one-wheeler, wow. I kind of want a one-wheel, but I don't know about one-wheel company. I would rather have a float wheel from Tony. There's a flowing stream back there, wow. Countryside Repair. That's kind of a cool barn. We're back at the golf course. There's a large crane over there. Everybody looks at me like I'm a hoodly, but I got a lot of batteries back there in my bag. There were some young fishermen back there. It looks like you can go off the side hiking over there. Wow. This is the battery that I got from a vent and where the wires inside of it melted, and then I had to fix it. I wonder, I want to get off onto the side. What were we at here? 51 volts? Huh. Some bug swarms right there. Just got them all the way back on. There's a pink party bus. Wow. On your left. Oh, here we go. E-Bike City. Alright, let's see here. There's some baseballers. Something. Alright, let's get off onto the side streets here. Is this a four-way stop? How does this work here? What's going on? This is a terrible intersection to be crossing at. Up here. There's a hill test, wow. We're on the wrong screen. Whoops. Oh. This is a bit of a hill as well. Wow. He's sending it. It's a crazy hill to skateboard down. There's a vampire house, wow. Smells like corpses back there, like by the vampire house. Which way am I going here, Bubs? I think we're going this way. This is the way back. Phone's at low battery. This battery is at 45.9. Oh. This backpack is quite heavy. That girl back there had a tush on her, wow. Nice. There's the smokestacks over there. All part of some devious plan that's unfolding here in Bayport, Minnesota. Whoa. Let's see here. Oh. We need a moment of recovery. Let's see what's going on here. It says we're at 49.3 on the Aventa and Cinch battery. I think it's Samsung 30 or 35 something or other, I don't know. Oh man. Whoa, we're rolling backwards. Alright. Let's get this machine back on the road here. Time is it's 3 o'clock. And I'm still just running on an iced coffee. Oh. All right, here we go. Man, it smells so funky down here, like creepy crawlers or something. You guys remember that shit? Creepy crawlers.
Whoa.
Good thing I was going slow right there. It was really sandy. Oh! Oh my god, this backpack is something else, bubs. I just need to get a cargo bike and then load it with batteries. Alright. What are we at here? 42.8 volts. Bogging along. We're going back across the river, Bubs. My SD card is almost full, Bubs, so make sure you like and subscribe. It was a good ride. There's boats down here. Look at all the boats on the river, wow. Everybody's out today. Floating around. Here's where all the bug clouds are. Probably gonna unplug this battery down here. Oh, and plug in little baby Samsung. Let's see, what are we at here? Oh my God. We used 9.2 amp hours out of this thing. It's at 45 volts. It's still kind of going. Alright, well, I'm gonna head out, bubs. Thanks for watching. GoPro is running out of room. This is it. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. The bugs are eating me. SD card's almost full. My phone is almost dead. We're gonna turn that off. Oh. Uh-oh, parking zone, parking enforcer. There's a violation. There's a dog hanging out of that van. Wow. Enjoying the fresh air down here. There's a large pothole right there. Holy buckets. I wonder if I'll ever get across this thing right here.
Oh, 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 oh.